All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-through. Positive Wednesday. Special shout out to my health. It feels good to be back. Okay, not that I feel great, but it's just good to be back. So, hey, some things that you might or may not remember that are going to be important. What's 2x plus x? 3x, okay? Remember, what does 2x actually mean? It means x plus x. That's what it actually means. Addition turned into multiplication. Okay? Remember that? Okay. What about 2x plus 2y is indeed just 2x plus 2y. Now, if you had a teacher that wanted you to factor that, you could factor out a what? You could factor out a 2, but that's not really all that appropriate to what we're doing today, okay? How about, let's see. What's that? Very good, Eve. 15 xy. If we have a bunch of things multiplying by each other, we can just multiply them all together. It's different. Okay? Really, I shouldn't even say that. The reason we can write it so simply is that we don't need signs for multiplication, but that doesn't exactly matter. Okay? All right. That's good enough to start. Now I'm going to do a bunch of these for you. This is not an easy worksheet, and what you were required to do on your quiz yesterday will be involved with what you're required to do today. So just bear with me. Here we go. The reason why I had this other page to start is that when you get confused like this, remember, x can represent anything you want. So consider this 9x plus 2x. And what is 9x plus 2x? So then what's the answer to this question? 11 radical 3. Okay? And similarly, you could consider this 3y minus 7y, or sorry, minus 7x. And so that's it. It's simplified. You cannot go any further. Okay, now, judging by the last slide, you might think, oh, this is simplified. We're done. We're not. Because those are no longer x's underneath there. So now we have to ask ourselves, is there a number that is a perfect square that goes into 32? 8's a cube. We want a square. 4 works. There's a bigger one, though. 16 also works. So we'll write this as 3 times... Okay, what's the square root of 16? So this is, I won't skip any steps. Not that you have to write all this out. That'll turn into 3 times 4 times radical 2. Okay, now, give me the perfect square that goes into 50. 25. So we'll write this as 2 times the square root of 25 times 2. Okay, what's the square root of 25? So we'll write this as 2 times 5 times square root of 2. Once again, I'm writing out every step. Not that you'll have to write out every step, but I don't want to confuse any of you. So this becomes 12 radical 2, and this becomes 10 radical 2. So our final answer is 22 radical 2. Okay? Sivan? Where did I get the 4? 4 is the square root of 16. Good question.
And then where did you get the 2 up there that when you multiplied it?
Well, 16 times 2 is how I got the 32.
Oh, and then 25 times 2.
Remember that, like, I usually start out by telling you to write down these numbers on your paper if you don't know them. Okay?
And then you got,
Okay, so cube root, these are cube roots, right? I can never read these. Does that say cube root of 81 minus 3 times the cube root of 3? Okay, so the cube roots, the only ones that I know are 2 cubed, 3 cubed, and 4 cubed. That's about all you need to know for this class. Okay? Do one of these 3 numbers go into 81? 27 does. 27 times 3 is 81. So this becomes the cube root of 27 times 3 minus 3 times the cube root of 3. What's the cube root of 27? So this becomes 3 times the cube root of 3 minus 3. Oh. It's not square root anymore. It's cube root. Good question. Minus 3 times the cube root of 3. And so our answer is 0. I took out the 27 because the cube root of 27 is 3. Okay? All right, hanging in there? Okay, this is foiling. This should look familiar. We've done things like this before. Okay, first, 1 times 2 is 2. Outside, 1 times negative radical 5 is negative radical 5. Inside, negative radical 5 times 2 is negative 2 radical 5. Okay, I just switched the order there. And last, negative radical 5 times negative radical 5 is a positive. I know it's a positive because it's a negative times a negative. And I won't confuse you, so I'm just going to write this like radical 25, but we can fix that into 5 here on the next step. Okay? So the final answer is 2. Now keep in mind, that's a 1 there. So what's a negative 1 minus, sorry, what is a negative 1 radical 5 minus 2 radical 5? What's a negative 1x minus 2x? Negative 3x. Excellent. And the square root of 25 is 5. Just so you know, anytime you multiply radical 5 times radical 5, you get 5. Radical x times radical x is x. Okay? Adrian? Oh, duh. Absolutely. Thank you. Once again, Adrian should be teaching this class. In my whole life, I would never say I wanted 2 plus 5 Kit Kats. I would say I wanted 7 Kit Kats. So we should write this as 7 minus 3 radical 5. Thank you. Okay? All right, more practice. First, 4. Outer, minus 3 radical 7. Inner, minus, okay, this is like 3x times 4. What is 3x times 4? 12x. So this is 12 radical 7. We got a negative times a negative, so that's going to be positive. All right, now let's just do a little timeout. up here, I'll do it in red. We're trying to do a negative 3 radical 7 times a negative 3 radical 7. What's negative 3x times negative 3x? Positive 9x squared, okay? So, this is going to be 9 times the square root of 49, which is the same thing as 9 times 7, which is 63. And again, if you can't do that in your head, then you're going to have to use your calculator, and it's going to take you significantly longer than other people. There's the irony, is that you use your calculator when you're growing up, so it doesn't take you so long to do your homework, and then when you get older, it takes you longer to do your homework because you have to use your calculator. But hey, life's ironic sometimes. So you end up getting plus 63 for this. Now we can simplify. So what's 63 plus 4? Minus, what's 3x minus, sorry, what is negative 3x minus 12x? Good. And I want you to know there are students of all levels that screw this up. Double accelerated students screw this up just as often as you guys do. It's a lot of stuff to get wrong, so don't even sweat it, okay? I think I got a couple more for you guys. Okay, this is just like a little bit harder. It's nothing new. There's just an additional term. Square root of 28. 4 goes into that, right? No? Yes? That's the biggest one. So we'll rewrite that as the square root of 4 times 7. Square root of 63. 9 times 7, very good. Well, that's good, because I think those 7s are going to stay. And then radical 7 is as simple as it can get. So how am I going to rewrite this one? It's 2 radical 7 plus, I won't skip any steps, 4 times 3 radical 7 minus 2 radical 7. So it's 2 radical 7 plus 12 radical 7 minus 2 radical 7. Those cancel essentially. Thank you. Okay? Good, Adrian? And that's it, okay? Boom!